Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Did a little afternoon drop on you boys and you women out there. Today we talking about Mike Bloomberg begging for the black vote while getting all this backlash. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Don't forget to get down with the Teespring full of classics we bring. And don't forget to support your Black Agenda candidates. Today we talking about Stephona Evans. Don't forget she has an event on the 15th of this month. That's this Saturday. She has a canvassing event with the Young Democrats. So she's going to be out and have people canvassing. Her message is she's going to have the city or the comptroller there. State comptroller. State comptroller. State comptroller. Betty Yee will be there. Going to be joining for the canvass. She says, hey, look, you don't want to miss it. Plus, I need you. She need y'all that's out there in that high desert area or low desert area. There's going to be transportation for y'all to get to it. So, again, that information is on the flyer. You can pause the video and check it out. And she just explained this will be our biggest canvass before March 3rd, which is the primary out there. She's going for supervisor, board of supervisor out there. And she needs everybody on deck. So come out there, go out there, be out there, and canvass with her. Stephona Evans, Black Agenda. She's not playing, and supported by our lovely mod, Moni Love. What up, Moni Love? So yeah, you know she can't be no jokes if she fucking with Moni Love. Come on now, keep that shit real. But yeah, yo, what up, BOMB? I see you in the chat, big bro. What's good? Now let me do this real quick since we doing things. Let me organize this shit at a little bit. Damn mess. Alright. So yeah, real quickly, just want to jump on this. Like I said, Mayor Bloomberg, he's dealing with some backlash, not backlash in a small amount, in a big amount. While he's begging for black votes out here, he's basically been on the hook for years with the black community, and now he's begging for the black vote since he's been on this apology tour that he got on last year. I think since November he's been trying to pump up this apology tour that he kind of foretold he was going to go on a while back. So he's showing no shame and he's pitiful. That's the Bloomberg we know. And what really got people going was on Monday, there was an audio clip that surfaced of him talking real grease ball about black people. You know, you try to veil it and try to make it seem like he's talking about minorities, but we know what he's talking about. So this is an audio clip that surfaced of him defending racially profiling black people, young men and boys, or say young men and adults, to box it, right? And in the audio clip, this is from 2015, from the Aspen Institute. It was an interview he did with the Aspen Institute, which he asked not to be released, which made it all the more of a sensational kind of thing. He asked for them not to release it because he knew he was on some bullshit. He asked them not to release it. They was like, man, fuck you. That's what I'm guessing they said. And they released it. And he's sitting up talking about, the vast majority of murders and the murdered fit one MO. You just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They're male minorities, 15 to 25 years old. But okay, so we hear him talking that yap, right? Talking that yip. Alright, so it got people to digging Basically, once this audio came out, people got to saying, okay, hold on, what is he trying to get at? Who is he really to his heart to be talking up like this? Who is he? So they dug a little further. They found this 2013 interview. It's like a video clip now that pulled up of him going harder and really acting an ass in 2013, right? Really acting an ass. Splaining, talking about minorities, which is, for the intents and purposes of my video, young black men and adults. He's trying to explain why why we are the topic and the number one people of stop and frisk. He said minorities, but okay. He explained it in a fucky way. This is what he said. He's like, yo, well, yeah, these guys are the target of stop and frisk, but white people are targeted too much, and they're targeted too little, these black people. So it's like, he's trying to pull a whammy-bammy. He's trying to convince us that white people are targeted more. So this is pure delusion that he's dealing with, basically. And it's already been reported by various sources, I should say, that 9 out of 10 of those stop and frisk stops come up with nothing. Nothing. No charges, no nothing. And while he's trying to say minorities, damn it, that 9 out of 10, okay, so that's 90% that they're running with in the world of percentages or whatnot. This 90% is 60% black men. Year for year. If you check the stats, like year for year for year for year. It's a steady 60 for black men and a steady 30, 29, 28-ish for Latino. So if you want to talk minorities, okay, that's what we're talking about. The stats report for black, Latino, and white people. And white folk, they constantly 10%, 9%, 10%, 9%. But that 10% is supposed to be it's supposed to be too much for his motherfucking ass. Alright. So you see what he on. What up, Dr. Lily? Dr. Lily says he's a racist now as he was then. His policies will only continue to support that worldview. Right, this was a racialized canvassing that he was doing of black people. Plain and simple. We're not hearing no bull about white folk getting searched more and we looking at the facts. They getting searched too much and we looking at the facts, right? And we're not going to hear any of his apology tour neither. Get that. So he went to some black churches last year. I would say over the past year, he's been running up on black churches. Which is, I just don't understand that. Like, you want to run up on the black church apologizing, because the thing is, we've seen this with Democrats and just politicians in general. They try to run to these black churches with the mindset of, hey, look, we're going to find some elderly people there. We're going to find some women there. We're going to find some children there. And I guess they running with this, kind of a negative stereotype about elderly people. With our elderly, it's just, they black, they elderly people. They just happy to see somebody. Their own family member don't come visit them. So when we show up, when somebody from outside the community show up, they just happy to see somebody. It's like a celebrity coming through type shit. They want to try to starstruck us on some shit, right? This is what they think when they come to a black church. Surely it's going to be elderly people, women and children there that are going to be receptive to a white Jesus walking around that bitch, right? This is what they doing. And Terry Ross, what's good, Miss Lady? Good seeing. Yo, Easy D 415 say the older black folk need to be informed. That's the knowledge. Yeah, we gonna stand in front of our elders, man. Our elder black folk, we gonna stand in front of them to make sure that they get the right knowledge and make sure everybody leave them a fuck alone. Yeah, we need to always be that and always be the first point of contact before motherfuckers can get to our elders and our women and our children. We need to be that first point of contact. The men like in the warrior age group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. So hell the fuck no. Stay away from our elders, motherfucker. Stop bringing your democratic ass forked tongue behind where we at, where our elders congregate and where they mix it up with their people and all of that. Stop bringing your bitch ass around them, trying to get clearance, trying to get ullage around us. Nah, hell no. We're going to swat all that shit out the sky. Right? Yeah, so that's the big takeaway like that. You know what I'm saying? They on some shit like they trying to celebrity play us. They trying to celebrity play our elders, our women, and our children when they run to the church. They want to try to make that play like, okay, yeah, this like it's like I'm Shirley Caesar showing up to a damn church. I'm Donnie McClurkin showing up to a church. Me, white ass Mike Bloomberg, right? That is the psychology these fools run with. All of them. Tony Robinson L. What up, Tony Robinson L? Tony Robinson L say NYC born and raised. Don't forget his support for Planned Parenthood while he was mayor. He did a lot of fuck shit while he was mayor. He did a lot of fuck shit while he was mayor. Indeed. But the quick point with Bloomberg is that, look, man, too little too late for his apology tour. His apology does nothing for a black man, woman, or a child that's sitting in a jail cell right now for any of his disproportionately race-based, race grudge ass policies. This is race grudge work that he's done as a mayor, right? And if you're on my channel, you're familiar. I call this racist grudge work. These people have a race grudge against blackness, and okay, as you have that grudge, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it in terms of your aspirations to be in a political position to control what happens in our daily life by you being a politician. Is the point. BOMB said, yeah, what does the apology do? Let our people out and provide restitution for the harms committed. Real life. And yeah, he's been on, as you bring that up, BOMB, he's been on social media apologizing for this shit, saying, oh, I should have stopped it. I should have stopped it sooner. I should have stopped it sooner, all this shit. I inherited stopping Frisk. I inherited it. It was something they just put in my lap. Yeah, they just threw it on me. Really, the truth is, he appealed the decision to ban stopping Frisk as he was in office. So he's being disingenuous. And it's been several people that have been jumping on his head over that. I've conferred with that community online. I'm glad I found these various groups of people like, man, fuck Bloomberg. I seem to tune into the fuck Bloomberg crowd, right? It's one individual that sat down and was at the hearing as Bloomberg sitting up trying to strike down the ban. You understand? People just digging through all his background, digging up all his life receipts. It's what's happening. Understand? Now, one thing you gotta watch, y'all, I think it's just very important that we keep our eyes on this one factor. And I bring this up a little bit more than a lot of other figures in new black media or whatever. We need to watch these various white supremacist entities out here that try to play up these people in the name of blackness and try to act like they're our mouthpiece, try to falsely mouthpiece for us, right? There was a poll that came out, or that was posted. What was the date on it? It had to have been either this morning or yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, right after the debates. It was some post New Hampshire kind of thing. And the media is basically tacitly trying to play up Bloomberg as a favorite among black people. Let me get to this. There's a poll that was done or put up by MSNBC. We've talked about MSNBC doing loaded polls, okay? Them doing loaded polling, right? They put up a poll talking about Bloomberg is right next to Biden in terms of black voters. That clearly says black voters, right? I don't know no black person that fuck with Bloomberg. Straight the fuck up and down. And a day before, or a couple days before, they was talking about oh, black people support Biden. You see, they constantly try to mouthpiece for us. These polls are all loaded. Okay, I just want y'all to look at this fact because we're gonna see this and we've seen this before, especially with MSNBC. I called out the essence polls that they do that Joyanne Reed likes to pump up. Joyanne Reed was talking about, tacitly talking about, Bloomberg, yeah, he should probably be the one that wins out of the Democrats because they need somebody that's going to be able to go up against a Republican. He's more Republican than all the other Democrats because he got all this money, that type of shit, right? So that's MSNBC's voice. Joyanne Reed, yeah, that's MSNBC's voice. MSNBC does a lot of fuck shit. All right, just to know. So they want to act like they're all liberal and Democrat, this and that. Let me tell you about this poll. I just want to frame it around this with this poll. With this poll, let me show you how this thing is a loaded thing. Okay, they say 22% of black people fuck with Bloomberg. Okay, now the people who did this poll is the Quinnipiac Institute. They do polling like in all over Connecticut, New York, Hampshire, Texas. They do a bunch of places, right? So I went ahead and pulled up the poll. I went and found it. It's their polling that they did, okay? Look at that. Black people, 22% Bloomberg, okay? We see that. But look at the political philosophy, okay? The leaning of these Democrats. They did a poll. They said if Democrats or Democratic leaners, if Democratic primary for president were being held today and the candidates were Joe Biden, yada, 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 all these different names, who would you vote for? And they got Bloomberg at 21%, right? Right? Now look at that where it says political leaning philosophy at the top left. You've got people that are very liberal, somewhat liberal, and then moderately liberal or conservative, right? Check that out. So they just put up a loaded poll with some more conservative leaning people who ain't really fucking with liberals type shit. Type of black people, okay? This is the kind of poll they put up. They passing this off as black people's voice. So I want y'all to just keep it on your mind. They want to act like they're basically chess piecing us on the board, y'all. Okay? I want y'all to understand it. I'm not for any group chess piecing us. I don't like it when motherfuckers think they can mouthpiece for us or chess piece for us just because we're a group that has less power than the dominant society. Fuck all that. So I'ma always speak out against that type of shit. I don't have no qualms about that. Integrity Rock says he's doing all that money to run, but where is the restitution right now for the ones negatively affected by stop and frisk? Real life. Yeah. So I just want y'all to keep your mind on these various polls. When they run these polls, yo, if y'all can't look up and see who it is or who did the polling, yo, hit me up. I'll look that shit up and be like, yo, okay, look at that bullshit. See? All right, and they only poll like 1,000 people on these 1,000 people polls, and it's not a representative sample, but they want to try to act like black folk feel a certain way. And the reason why they do that, let me tell y'all, the reason they do that is because if any of these little bums get elected for any reason, by any way, by any stroke of luck, if these bums get elected, any one of these bums, they want to be able to retroactively blame black people. You understand? They want to retroactively blame us if these fools win. So they're going to always try to throw black people in a goddamn meat grinder at will because, again, it's a pleasure thing for white society to throw black people in the meat grinder and just watch us have to deal with anguish. They like this type of shit, right? Okay? So that's as far as they thought this experience out with us. I hope y'all didn't think that there was any other reason but gratuitous. Okay? So this is why we just need to keep our minds tuned to this shit. I hope y'all are peeping my vibe on that. Alright? But I feel you, Integrity Rocks, that this motherfucker he need to deal with the people that he's negatively affected by his fuckery. And Bloomberg, y'all, he's just a senile old fart, really, who really don't even need to be involved in politics at this point, is my opinion. He has a history of putting out dumb policies. Who talked about Planned Parenthood? Tony Robinson? Yeah, Tony Robinson L, you know what I'm saying? He done all manner of dirt. He does dirt and then he goes on these campaigns to try to defend the shit, and then the public will swat the shit down like, man, you dumb for that shit. You dumb. He'll do it just to get called out as dumb by the public, right? Just these wide-ranging resource draining ass things that get struck down or ridiculed in conscious public space, right? This is the dude running for fucking president. Example would be that New York soda ban. Yo, I know you remember that soda ban, Tony Robinson L. Motherfucker talking about, yo, I got a ban on 16-ounce sodas, nigga. 16-ounce sodas is banned, or were banned. He tried to do it, but they struck it down eventually. In 2012, was it? Tony? You understand? A soda ban on 16-ounce sodas. For y'all that don't know, he banned 16-ounce sodas in convenience stores. And no, they weren't banned in convenience stores. They weren't banned in vending machines. But like, you just couldn't go get them at certain places. Like, so what the fuck happened? All of these various entities that had to make money selling sodas came down on his ass. He was trying to do it under the guise of health and shit. I'm like, man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here with that fuck. Dog, don't you know that you are an old white man? Me, personally, I don't listen to no old white man trying to tell me about health or some obesity campaign, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't listen to no old white man try to tell me about health when he's out of shape and he out of health. If you can't beat me in an arm wrestling contest, you can't run a mile every day with me, motherfucker, don't talk to me about health, dog. You know what I mean? You policing me from a space of being a loser at what you policing me at, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Black man now say, yeah, he ain't want you to buy a Big Gulp. No, but see, that's the thing. They didn't come down on the Big Gulp though. Specifically, 7-Eleven was like, nah, you not gonna. I remember that aspect. Black man now 7-Eleven was like, nah, man, you can't come down on my Big Gulp, man. It was some other entities that was like, look, that he was walling off to say, yo, you can't make this bigger than 16 ounces. It was a game he was playing. Motherfuckers like, okay, man, you an old, out of shape white dude. How you gonna tell me what to drink? Me? Get your old ass on, man, if I break your old ass down, man. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm sure this is what the people was thinking in the streets. Like, man, I wish a motherfucker would deny me 16 ounces or more. Type of shit. Well, I'm saying, I wish a motherfucker would. More than 16 ounces, you gonna deny? Okay, word. I mean, I can't understand his logic behind that type of shit. What else happened, man? He had fucked up policies for the homeless out there. This motherfucker sitting up talking about, oh, anybody that's homeless, I will give you a ticket out of town. A bus ticket out of town or some shit. How is that a policy? How is that a policy to get a one-way ticket? That's what he said, a one-way ticket out of town. How is that a policy for handling homeless? Damn near every year since he was in office, homelessness went up like a motherfucker. It started out like New York had about 30,000 homeless people before he started his term. It was 8 years. Or did he do 12? He did 8 years. Before he started, man, like, it was small. Then the year he went in, jumped up, peaked up to almost 50,000 homeless people. Right? Well, he talking about shipping, I just want to ship homeless people out. So just ship them out. One-way ticket out of town. Like, what type of logic is that? Right? I don't get that. Yeah. Thank you, Tony Robinson L. 2012. Yeah. So he ain't that motherfucker like that, man. He ain't that dude like that. He ain't the dude for creating policies that are respectable as he is served amongst the people. So we should not give him any credence going into a presidential campaign, and we're gonna keep making our point known that we give him no credence. We lend him no credence. Fuck what a poll gonna be lying about. Understand? Fuck what a punk ass Joanne Reed gonna be saying that this should be done, and she's a black person, so they're gonna try to associate her black face, and they're gonna try to muddle up blackness with her, but Her story is not ground state black America. We know that. But the logic still sits, man. We're not playing with these people like that. Tony Robinson L says he tried to ban salt, potato chips. Tried to ban salt, potato chips, 50-cent sodas in case. You understand? This is his fucking dossier of work as a politician, man. Like, come on, man. He ain't here doing nothing with us, man. Got big fish to fry. He playing. Got all kind of... All he can do now, basically to the content of this video, I want to drive it home like this. All he can do now is just try to find what coons he can to pub up his name. He did a photo op with Aja Brown out there in Compton. She's the mayor out there in Compton. She's supporting him. She's out in Compton. She's not in New York. But still, like, she's out here stumping for this dude, right? I'm watching that. She's the chick that was trying to run up against Stacey Dash for mayor. Did Stacey? I don't even know if she did. Stacey Dash even run for mayor that when she was trying to say that? I didn't even know if she did it. But she's just a day ago sitting up, smiling with him, endorsing his name, endorsing him. Like, oh, we watching that shit. Okay, Aja Brown, we watching you. I'm watching you. He did a Super Bowl ad early this month, talking about gun control, some shit. It was a gun control policy type of commercial they did. It was very disrespectful to the family of George Kemp down there in Houston. Shout out to my H-Town brothers and sisters. What's up with y'all? Holding it down, the DF. Yeah, I know. But yeah, man, like, he put the mother of George Kemp on this gun policy ad that he did for the Super Bowl. Spent millions on these different ads. Him and Trump, they spent all these different millions on these ads. And she's talking about, I support him, I support Bloomberg. Okay, so we know that's a check. That's a check involved in that. She got a little check, chipped them off, and he chipped them off or whatever. And that was the game. Her and her family, whatever. But that ain't getting no respect. We not having that. We not with that. We ain't with it. We ain't with it. He paying for clicks. He paying for likes, y'all. We ain't with it. You understand? That's what I wanted to say, though. Yo, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Don't forget to folks at Teespring. All the heat. And yo, don't forget to get with our sister Stevona Evans. She's going to be doing a canvassing event on the 15th. Let me get a face up here. She's going to be doing a canvassing event on the 15th of this month in the high desert area. There will be carpooling available. The contacts are right there. You can holler at Eddie Sanchez. The number is on there. When it flips back again, y'all can see. So get with her on that. She needs y'all's help. She wants everybody's help out there in the area to support her. And don't forget to donate to her campaign at Stevona 2020, StevonaEvans2020.com. Don't forget, support your black agenda candidates out here that ain't playing. Local, state, and at Congress. This is what we do. This is what we about. No games. Everybody in the chat, yo, peace out to y'all. Let me get it, y'all.